What will you do with this truth now that you've heard it? Will you keep quiet, pretending not to feel what's always been whispering or even shouting within you? Will you continue to adapt to a life that was never built for you, trying to blend into a world that constantly misunderstands what you carry? Or will you finally stop running from what you've always known deep down, that your blood has been speaking to you all along? Maybe you haven't had the words. Maybe no one around you ever validated what you felt. But the call didn't go away, did it? It stayed with you in your silence, in your dreams, in your moments of stillness. It stayed with you when the world told you to move on, to get over it, to be normal. But you've never felt normal. You felt different. Not better, not worse, just different. Marked. Sensitive. Awake in a world that seems asleep. You spent years trying to explain your intuition, your sensitivity, your deep awareness of things others ignore. And now you're realizing it was never random. It was never accidental. You were set apart, not because you were superior, but because you were chosen. And with that separation comes something most people never talk about: responsibility, a spiritual assignment, a role in a greater unfolding. Many people carry blood types, but only a few carry codes. Codes that awaken intuition, that heighten sensitivity, that allow a soul to perceive truth beyond the visible. These codes are imprinted in your biology. Your very blood speaks of where you came from, what you were designed to carry, and why you've always felt so much more. There is no mission without identity. And there is no identity without knowing where you truly come from. That's why this conversation matters, because it's about remembering. It's about understanding why you've always felt out of place, why you've always sensed something bigger moving just beneath the surface of life. If you've ever wondered why you react the way you do, why your dreams feel like messages, why your energy shifts around certain people or places, it's because your blood remembers. Even when your mind forgets, your body holds the blueprint. This is not fantasy. It is not spiritual fluff. It is encoded truth that has lived inside you since before you were born. The frequency of your blood type can influence how you feel, what you carry, what you are drawn to, and what you are here to awaken in others. Some people are naturally grounded, others feel like bridges between realms. Some carry healing in their presence, others carry discernment in their silence. Some are spiritual warriors, some are sacred observers, and others are the unseen thread that holds everything together. Your gifts didn't come out of nowhere, they are rooted in something ancient. You may have been treated like the outsider, misunderstood by your own family, your own culture, your own community. You may have been called too emotional, too intense, too quiet, too different. But what the world called weakness was actually sacred design. You were not created to conform. You were created to remember. And remembering is hard in a world addicted to forgetting. But you're still here, still searching, still feeling the tug inside you that there's more to this life than what's visible. That tug is not imagination. It's activation. You were born with access, spiritual access, biological access, emotional depth, psychic sensitivity, energetic wisdom. You came into this world with spiritual architecture already built within you, and you've always known on some level that you didn't come here just to survive. You came here to awaken, to guide, to protect, to remember, and to help others remember too. But that awakening begins with accepting who you are, not who the world told you to be. Accepting the mission you carry, even if you can't yet name it. Honoring the intuition that has guided you, even when you doubted it. Trusting that your blood was not given to you randomly, but specifically, strategically, so that you would be equipped for what you came here to do. It doesn't matter if no one else sees it yet. It doesn't matter if the world still treats you like you're imagining things. Because the moment you begin to believe yourself, your life begins to align. And everything starts to shift. You start meeting the right people. You start hearing the right words. You begin remembering what you never knew you knew. And that is how purpose unfolds, not in noise, but in resonance. If you've always felt you were carrying something sacred, if you've always had a sense that you're here to protect something invisible, if you've ever looked at the world and felt, I don't belong here, not out of depression, but out of knowing, then your blood may be the key to understanding why. Start paying attention to your dreams, to your emotional reactions, to what drains you and what awakens you, To the people who feel like home and the places that stir something ancient in you. Your blood type may be the same as millions of others, but what it activates in you is entirely unique. That activation holds insight, guidance, memory, and mission. And no, you don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to figure it all out right now. You just need to be willing to stop running from your own soul. Because the more you listen, the more you'll remember. And the more you remember, the more aligned you'll become. This is what it means to live with purpose. Not perfection, but presence. Not pressure, but power. So I ask you again, what will you do with this truth? Will you silence it, numb it, dismiss it? Or will you let it rise? Will you honor what you carry even if no one claps for you? Will you embrace the mystery, the mission, the message that was coded into you long before this life began? Your blood has been speaking. For years, maybe your whole life, whispering that you were never meant to blend in because you were always meant to wake others up. And now that you know, what will you do? Comment below, what is your blood type? Have you ever felt that it holds a deeper connection to your emotions, your intuition, your sense of being? Do you feel called to something greater, even if you can't fully explain it? Let's open this space together. Because when you speak, others feel seen. When you share, others awaken. When we remember together, we rise.